Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, that's good. Everybody's alive and well, so we are grateful to be here, aren't we? And it is Essence Fest week. Woo! It's a long time coming, I tell you that. We're twisted and everything. Okay, my name is Angela L. Young, and I am president or founder. I have two titles really. President and founder of the Sanctuary Book Club, and we are proud partners with Louisiana Highway Safety, and we promote driving safe and doing everything safe on the roads and on the highways in Louisiana. So on this morning, I am grateful to introduce Miss Lisa Freeman. She is the governor's representative for highway safety and executive director of the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. Let's welcome Lisa.
Thank you, Angela L. Young. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Essence Festival of Culture. What a great day to be with our friends, our partners, our stakeholders, and what has become really an extended highway safety family for us. You know, at the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, we also focus on culture. We're committed to the culture, as Angela said, of safe behavior on the roadway. Recently, Louisiana Highway Safety Commission launched a new public awareness initiative. Y'all are the first to hear about it officially. This initiative spotlights and encourages intentional, good, thoughtful roadway use behavior. It's LHSC's One Road campaign, is what it's called, One Road. You may have already seen billboards or bus wraps in the greater New Orleans area on this new campaign. And at the core of One Road is the understanding that Louisiana's roads belong to everyone. Drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, workers, families, fans, all of us going at different speeds, different purposes, assuming different risks. We're all moving through that same shared space on that one road. And so One Road reframes traffic safety as a matter of personal responsibility within a collective system through a central lens of choice. Every decision made behind the wheel or made on foot or on a bike, it carries forward beyond the moment that it's made. The tagline that connects our One Road campaign is responsibility travels with you. That concept proclaims that safety is something you don't leave behind. It follows you from errand to event, from workday to weekend, and from celebration to your commute home. No matter the situation, the responsibility remains. Designate before you celebrate is part of the concept of One Road. It's all about connecting responsibility with celebrating. When you designate before you celebrate, when you plan ahead, when you don't take unnecessary risks, then you really can prevent what is preventable. And our statistics absolutely show that good judgment and good choices on the road really do have good outcomes. There's a saying that I just recently saw: we make our choices, and then our choices make us. We make our choices, and our choices make us. We want those choices to make us all safe, to keep all of us around for another 30 years of Essence Festival. Thank you so much for coming out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. God bless.
Thank you, Lisa. I see why you keep your job. You're amazing. Next up, I'm going to introduce Captain Bryan Lee. He's the commander of the Louisiana State Police, and then immediately after him, Mr. Scott Boyle, who is the district administrator for the New Orleans District, Louisiana Department of Transportation, and we can come in that order, gentlemen. Thank you.
residents and visitors as we come together to celebrate the 4th of July and enjoy this year's Essence Festival. New Orleans has long been home to this incredible event, and we're proud to stand with our partners to help make it a safe one. While Essence Fest showcases the culture and spirit of the city, it also brings large crowds and increases activity. With that comes the responsibility for every individual to conduct themselves appropriately. Louisiana State Police will maintain a zero-tolerance approach toward any behavior that jeopardizes public safety or disrupts the experiences of those who are here to enjoy the festivities. Our mission is clear: protect lives and preserve the peace. Impaired driving remains a serious threat to that mission. It is preventable, and under no circumstances should anyone operate a vehicle while impaired. If you choose to drink or engage in any activity that affects your ability to drive safely, you must plan ahead. Use a designated driver, a rideshare service, a cab, public transportation, or one of the many available sober ride programs in the city. Impairment, whether caused by alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medication, will result in immediate enforcement action. Throughout the festival and holiday weekend, Louisiana State Troopers will be working closely with the City of New Orleans and the New Orleans Police Department. Troopers will be assigned to various events throughout the city and will also conduct roving patrols throughout the French Quarter and the Central Business District while maintaining a heightened roadway enforcement statewide. Our enforcement will be strict and our policy is zero tolerance. We expect everyone to make responsible decisions. Those who choose to act recklessly or put others at risk will be addressed swiftly and without hesitation. If you witness dangerous behavior or hazardous driving, dial star LSP or call 911 for emergencies. By working together, we can ensure a safe, respectful, and enjoyable celebration for everyone. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Boyle. I'm the District Engineer Administrator for DOTD in New Orleans. On behalf of Secretary LeDay and all of our employees, I'd like to first thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to be here and to participate in this press conference. I'd like to start off by saying that our top priority at DOTD is safety. It's in everything that we do on our roads and bridges. Through the signs we put up, the striping we put up, the traffic signals we program, these are things that most people that drive every day, they wouldn't even notice them. You know, most people don't get in the car and drive down the street and say, oh, look how great that stop sign looks on the road. Or you know, that striping on the highway just looks so beautiful. You know, we take these things for granted, but what I can assure you is that when we put these things out, when we put a sign out, when we do striping, when we program a traffic signal, a lot of thought has gone into that. A team of professionals, engineers have looked at this and made sure that this is something that meets our standards and it's going to keep you safe on the roadway. They're very effective and subtle in keeping people safe. Unfortunately, driver impairment lessens this effectiveness. I'd like to briefly talk about a couple of statistics. Last year we lost 758 lives on our highway system. 30% of those involved alcohol, 25% involved distracted driving, and one of the most alarming statistics is that of those fatalities, 40% involved not wearing a seatbelt. So we're crossing a lot of different things here. So, you know, when you start compounding things, you know, you get behind the wheel, you're impaired, and without a seatbelt, you know, you're bargaining for trouble, to say the least, and the outcomes are in a lot of cases tragic. But we have the power to change the outcomes of things. And it starts with simple personal choices. The first is, if you drink, don't drive. You know, that sounds, it just sounds so simple that we've said this before. People, well, of course we know this, but not everybody does know that. Or if they do, they don't take that serious enough. You know, there's really zero excuse to get behind the wheel impaired. As Commander Lee had said, you know, get a designated driver, get a ride share. There's many other options. You know, call a friend or someone to really change the outcome of something. These outcomes sometimes are determined by fractions of seconds, not seconds, but fractions of seconds. I'm sure anybody can relate who's ever driven a car before that, the difference between a horrific crash or you just blowing a horn at somebody could be a blink of an eye. And when you're impaired, these type of things become a lot more complicated and difficult. This is a massive weekend for Louisiana between the 4th of July and the Essence Fest, and our roads are going to be incredibly busy. Let's all look out for one another, have fun, and be safe. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Next up, we're going to have Councilman Eugene Green sends his regrets. He's unable to be here, but he sent his better half. Mr. Gregory Douglas is the Director of Special Projects. He's going to come up and make some remarks on behalf of the council.
Good morning. Councilmember Green, as a chair of Transportation and Airport Committee, he has been emphasized some things, some important issues. One is basically the importance of safety during this, the Essence Festival season. Not just the season, but all the time. Drinking and driving is never a good choice. Always, if you plan to drink, make a plan. As they say, designate before you celebrate. It's important that we all get home to our loved ones. And some other things that you want to talk about. Basically, I also want to emphasize that the city has recently adopted a safety plan, and they want to reduce traffic fatalities to 50% by 2031 and eliminate it altogether by 2041. So again, it's important that in order to achieve this, we all have to do our part in making good choices. Again, designate before you celebrate and make sure we all get home safely to our loved ones. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And listen, I'm super excited. I'm excited about introducing everybody, but this person, I'm introducing her for the first time in her role as sheriff. And she is none other than my sorority sister, Daphne's too. Any other AKs? Y'all can get credit right here. Okay, all right, that's it. I see y'all. But she is our sorority sister, and she is the newly elected sheriff of the city of New Orleans, taking our whole system to another level already. I can see it, I've been reading it, I'm watching you. And I'm super proud to introduce our Sheriff, Micheu.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to thank the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission and all of our public safety partners and community partners for bringing us together today to emphasize the importance of this message. We're about to welcome thousands of visitors from across the country and around the world for Essence Festival and the 4th of July weekend. New Orleans is once again preparing to showcase everything that makes our city so special. We want everyone to indulge in our music, our culture, and our hospitality. But it's important to us that everyone may get back home safely and to not be the reason that someone else doesn't. Today's message centers on impaired driving, and it is one that cannot be repeated enough. If you plan to drink or become intoxicated, make a plan before you celebrate. Designate a sober driver, use rideshare services, take public transportation, call a taxi, call a family member or a friend. There are countless ways to get home safely, but there is never a good reason to get behind the wheel while impaired. Too often, people convince themselves they're only a few blocks away, or I'm not that intoxicated, or I know these streets, I can make it home. That confidence is often misplaced. The reality is that it only takes a split second for one bad decision to forever change your life or the lives of others. No celebration is worth that risk. So as you're enjoying concerts, restaurants, parties, and everything else this week has to offer, I encourage everyone to make a smart decision in every aspect of your celebration. Stay aware of your surroundings, travel with people you trust, keep an eye out for your belongings, look out for one another. If something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts. Simple decisions made throughout the day and night can make all the difference. Public safety is a shared responsibility, and as sheriff, I've made a commitment to our law enforcement partners that the Orleans Parish Sheriff Office will be an active partner in protecting this community. We're standing firmly on that commitment. Throughout this holiday weekend, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's deputies are assigned to joint task forces and supplemental patrol operations, and they will be deployed across the city, providing additional visibility, support, and resources alongside the New Orleans Police Department and the Louisiana State Police, our federal partners, and the many local agencies working tirelessly to keep residents and visitors safe. Our deputies will be where they are needed, enhancing public safety and helping ensure that everyone can enjoy this weekend with peace of mind. So stay vigilant, be responsible, and have a great Essence Fest weekend and 4th of July. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. We appreciate you and your partnership. Next up, we have Captain Anthony Buddy Micheu IV. Let me tell you, he's from the Traffic and Special Events Commander for NOPD. But he will not be your buddy if you're caught driving, okay? So come on up, sir.
Wow, I don't think I had enough coffee to keep up with Miss Young here. So one of the things that we want to talk about and highlight is the fact that this is on behalf of the superintendent and the executive team, we appreciate this. We love it when we see it during Bayou Classic. Louisiana Highway and Safety Commission has been a great partner, instrumental in grants to help us do our job to be as effective as possible, to keep every one of us from this room from being a victim. And by victim means a loved one being killed. You're still a victim. Doesn't matter whether it impacts you or anyone like that. So it's important between the sanctuary and Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, we thank you. Some of the things that we always say, choices have consequences. When you make bad choices, the consequences of that action have to be handled. We don't want to. The superintendent would love not to write one citation, not do one DWI arrest, give Chief Sheriff Woodfork any more work than she needs at the jail, right? So if we all kind of like just think about making good choices, the consequences will be better for everyone, in my opinion. So just for information, we'll have over 463 police officers on the street almost at every intersection daily through Friday through this 4th of July celebration. That means Friday through Sunday for Essence will be well received for the people that are coming in and all of our citizens that love to enjoy it that are local. The one thing that the NOPD is behind and at the direction of my superintendent and the executive team is we want to curtail bad driving habits. How do we do that? Well, in order to do that, you have to enforce actions that are taken as a result of bad driving habits. Some of the things I want to just present to you basically is an idea of what you see or what you may not hear every day. So right now, our DWI arrests have increased 16% for the year from last year. That's a good thing, right? That means we're out there enforcing more, which in turn, as a result of that, we're seeing a decrease in fatalities. Right now, I'm 28% down on fatalities. Now, NOPD handles every fatality. So to the councilman and his staff, basically done an initiative through the executive teams and everything. There's a big push on traffic enforcement. As a result, we're seeing that 54% up on writing citations as a result of infractions that may cause somebody harm, whether it's speeding, whether it's reckless operation, whatever the case, we're doing a great job. We couldn't do it without our partners from the Sheriff's Department, our state police partners who we're constantly gathering intel from. Intel is important. We love to hear from the community. How are we doing that? It's from our council, from our citizens. I'm getting emails. Can you help me on the goal? Can you help me on this? We go right to it. And because of the grants that Louisiana Highway Safety Commission has given us and blessed us with, right? We've done a 191% increase in enforcement actions taken. So just on that alone. So these are great things, but we're not there yet, because any one of us at any time can fall short of being a victim. And I don't want to see any mother or any father impacted by an unnecessary chapter in their lives that shouldn't have took place, and we wasn't there to try to help. So again, on behalf of the superintendent and the executive team, thanks for letting me come here. I'm always trying to drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee to keep up with Ms. Young here. But I appreciate her invite and the Sanctuary Book Club and everybody that's associated with getting that message out. We appreciate it. All right, so have a good, safe Essence, as well as the 4th of July celebrations. Fireworks on the river. We want everybody to have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you, that's my buddy. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for that information. And of course, we thank Louisiana Highway Safety for making sure that we receive those funds so that we can do what we're doing to keep Louisiana and New Orleans specifically safe here. So next up, I am super excited because we have a long-standing partnership with the women of Sigma Gamma Rho. Give it up. Letitia, Brandon, and I'm gonna mess this up, so I'm just gonna say Regional Director, yes ma'am, of Southwestern Region of Sigma Gamma Rho. She is gonna come and give some words today. Thank you for your partnership.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Letitia Brandon, and I have the honor of serving as the Regional Director of the Southwestern Region of Sigma Gamma Rho. For those of you that may not be aware, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated was established November 12, 1922 on the campus of Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana. And for more than 100 years, we have been dedicated to enhancing the quality of lives of women and their families in the U.S. and globally. In Louisiana, our chapter is right here throughout this great state, which I do call home, have proudly partnered with the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission to support critical initiatives that promote highway safety at the Essence Festival, at the Bayou Classic, and even at the Super Bowl. But I want to be clear that this is more than just a program that we support. This is more than just another initiative. This is truly personal. And I'll tell you why. And I'm going to start off a little lighthearted and then I'll go a little further. For those of you that know me, I don't drink. So whenever we go out, it is clear who the designated driver is. but that may not always be the case for all of our friend groups or social circles. And I want to share a quick story about something that happened to me personally. Not too long ago, I was headed home to be with my family after the sudden loss of one of my cousins. And I was driving from Dallas, headed to Louisiana. And it was in the wee hours in the morning, and I was next to an 18-wheeler, and we stumbled upon or quickly came upon this horrific accident. It had just happened. It was evident because the smoke and the dust hadn't even settled yet. You couldn't even tell what vehicles or how many vehicles were involved. As I got out and the truck driver got out to rush toward the scene, we see a mother screaming, wailing, crying because something was pointing her attention to this mangled wreckage. And I heard her say, "My kids." When the first responders arrived, they worked for hours to try to untangle this mess of wreckage. And I saw them first pull out her 8-month-old daughter. She was crying. They kept working to retrieve her 3-year-old son. And when they finally got him out, they immediately rushed him over to an ambulance where they worked on him for about 8 minutes. And if you're CPR certified, you know the longer you perform CPR, the less likely the positive outcomes. Well, her daughter survived. Unfortunately, her son did not. And the images of that accident remain with me today, along with the realization that someone that was impaired caused that. One young life taken too soon, 5 lives, the lives of not only this family, but also the person that caused this accident, changed forever because of a reckless, irresponsible decision to drive while intoxicated. And so while I am so grateful for not only the work that your organization has done and the work that the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission has continued to do to promote highway safety, the onus and responsibility truly does fall upon us. Seatbelts look great on us, right? You know, the festivals are a lot of fun, but the best thing that we can all offer to ourselves in the community is to make it home. We owe it to our families, we owe it to the community. So designate before you celebrate. Don't let one reckless decision cost a life, including your own.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a very important story to tell, and that is what this is all about. That's what these partnerships are about, to keep our people safe, right? Look, fresh off the plane and right on time, I'm going to introduce, she calls me a forever partner of Essence, but now she has become a forever partner of the Sanctuary and Louisiana Highway Safety. Marku Tutman-Zawola, did I say that right? Marku, no, I'm not good. Okay. Mother of triplets, which I asked her to bring and she didn't. But anyway, she's the Chief Community Officer of Essence Ventures. And then we're gonna ask Marku to come up right now. She said she looks a mess, but she always looks great to me. Right off the plane. She came straight here from the airport. She had a meeting with the mayor after I told her to stop here first.
And I love stopping here because actually I got to experience this last year. And probably it gives you this sense of security and comfortability. And you know, that's the most important thing. And so hearing these stories, you know, last year we heard other stories, you know, it just reminds you the work that we have to do. And Angela, we gotta do better about making sure these stories are actually on our pages. You know, so people understand the intentionality behind what you all are doing here and the fact that you all are sitting here, right? Because it's that important, and us being here is as important. So as much as, yes, we get invited to all these things, these are actually, somewhere like this is probably the most critical. Because the most important thing for Essence, and I'm sure everybody in New Orleans, is come have a great time, but please leave alive, well, healthy, right? You know, not on our soil, right? Nowhere, but not on our soil. You know what I mean? And so, because those things take away like all of the hard work that everybody has put in. So, you know, it is an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. It is important that we're here. We will continue to stay here. We will continue to partner, elevate the message. The message is brilliant. You know, it's super smart. And, you know, marketing is like, you know, pushing. So that's what it is. But you know, just we're excited about this year Essence Festival. It was a long road to get here this year, y'all. Woo, child. But you know what? We're here. We're here. We made it. We're thriving. We're excited. Our goal is to grow, constantly grow. I mean, part of the challenge I always say is we have a chairman who just believes in the city and believes in the community, and so we're like, gotta scale it back. He was like, no, but our people need this. Yeah. You know, like with what's happening, we gotta make sure we bring more things. So we launched the Podcast and Creator Festival this year. I'm like, really? Yes. You know, we have to create platforms for the, you know, for the creators and the content creators to have a place for their, was that my phone? Sorry. For their content to be distributed and so they can monetize. Right, that's what it is. We want to make sure we bring even more amazing talent. And you know, people always say when we're booking Essence Fest, they're like, "What is the strategy?" We're like, "Black women, you gotta make them happy. That ain't easy." And then you also have, you know, this business. You know, Essence is 55 plus years old. The festival is over 30 years old, and so now it's like you gotta cater to, as Tiana Taylor, our chief curator, would say, the aunties. But you gotta get, you know. My demo, like the Gen Zs. And so it's like that merging because we got to figure out how we grow together, stay together, and plan for the future, but still make sure we honor, you know, the pillars that kept this brand going. And so from Cardi B to Miss Patti LaBelle to Babyface to George Clinton, who launched the mothership here 50 years ago. I was sitting in a meeting with Robin, who works with Louisiana Economic Development, and she was like, Marku, I was at that concert. So she's planning to be at this one, and she doesn't look a day over 25. But it was so great to hear these stories, and so when you say the why, we get very intentional about what we bring here, and why we bring it here, and so just wanting to be better, do better. So this right here is exactly why we will continue to grow, because the safety of everybody in New Orleans, to those coming to New Orleans, to the brands, to the city, to the state is so critical. So yes, designate before you celebrate, because it's not about you. Don't be selfish. It really is about everybody. We all have families, we all have loved ones, and we really want to have a good time, and whatever we can do to continue to share and support and amplify the message is really critical. And you know, I've spent a lot of time here this year, not just in New Orleans, but I've been going to Baton Rouge a lot too. So it's been great to really spend time and get to know. I'm gonna come back to New Orleans without Essence Festival, so I can really enjoy all the other things that I may not touch, although I do try to sneak out to do some things. But we wanna thank you all for hosting us, New Orleans. We wanna thank the NOPD. We want to thank our host committee partners, our partners Coca-Cola, and all of the partners that come in to make this happen. There's going to be a lot of amazing speakers and talent, you know, in the convention center, so please go. And again, I do want to encourage safety. We are here to support safety, and whatever we can do to continue to partner, we're here to do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's give it up again. I want to give it up again for Barku, because she is a champion for Louisiana culture, and she fights every day to make sure that New Orleans and Louisiana is represented at Essence Music Festival. So y'all need to give her a bigger hand than that. She fights for us. So as we get ready to close, I'm going to invite the last two people up. Shanita Vasquez is the Occupant Protection and Public Engagement Program Coordinator with Louisiana Highway Safety. She's basically me and Daphne's boss. So come on up, Shanita.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, this part for me is the hardest because I always go up after some amazing speakers who give you guys great facts and encourage you on things like Designate before you celebrate. So, I want to help you guys learn how I learned and really bring home based on what they have said. So, if I can get 10 volunteers to come up. I get my 2 volunteers in the back, as you know I was calling. Darrell, please come up. If I can get the ladies on this row right here, if you guys can come up. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 4 more people. 7, 8. Quickly, quickly, please. I like doing impromptu stuff as well. Okay, let's see. How many is that? Is that 10?
That's 9.
9. Oh, we got 1 more. Okay, I'm not included because I'm going to be, this is my visual representation. So we talked about Essence Festival, and I think Essence really started with family, right? Us as a culture, as a family, and each one of us in some way, somehow are related, whether it's through partnership, it's through blood, it's through friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood, we are all related. And even if we're out in the town, we are all together as one, right? So this is my family, and I think, Scott Boyle, he said, he gave some great statistics, and I'm gonna just round the numbers, because when we start doing 29, 35, you lose me, okay? I'm a business management major, so, you know, we didn't have a lot of math in that. Okay, so we're gonna do, he said 30% of the fatalities that happened last year were due to impairment, right? Alcohol. So, and the impairment can be prescription drugs, illegal drugs, alcohol, anything that's going to distort your cognitive behavior. So if we have 10 people up here, and 30% of 10 is what, y'all, real fast? 3. Oh, okay, so 10 minus 3 is 7. So I need, so my 2 at the end, 1 at the end, 1 at the end, and then, ma'am, if you can go have a seat for me. Oh, no, don't have a seat, just stay right there, because I'm going to need you again, stay right there. So that's 7 of us. So that's 7 people, that's 10 people started off at Essence, and 3, unfortunately, will not be able to come back home. You see the picture here? If y'all can step back to the side. And then he said about how many, do you guys remember how many percentage was seatbelt, a lack of seatbelt usage? 40. What is 40% of 10? 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. So I actually won 3 right here and 3 right here. You guys can go have a seat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, family, friends. So that leaves us with how many people? 4 people. So out of the 10 family members that we went to Essen to listen to George Clinton, Cardi B, watch Michelle Obama on the podcast, we only have 4 people that's going to be able to go home safely due to someone not designating before they celebrate. You know, so it really is. I know everyone wants to come in and have a great time during this time, and not just that. Out in the city, there's going to be different activities going on. You know, our main goal is not to tell you don't drink and drive, because everyone over the age of 21 is legally allowed to drink. So under 21, don't do it. It's not worth it. But everyone needs to make smart decisions. And what is a sober driver? A sober driver is someone who has not have 1 ounce of alcohol. Someone who is, if you are taking prescription drugs, know how it affects your body. And we are not promoting illegal drugs whatsoever, because as the sheriff say, we will put you in the sheriff's district, and NOPD and state police will help you get there. So we don't want that. So again, that's really all I have to say, because we gave statistics away that I'm ignoring, and you guys can have a seat. Thank you so much. We gave statistics away. I'm able to learn from it by visually, but also I think it brings it home, because it's not just statistics, it's a person's life that we're talking about. So remember, designate before you celebrate, and we have gave you a plethora of ways of how to do ride-share service and things like that, as well as walk-in. I know everyone's going to be walking and doing their thing, but you also need to be cognizant of where you're walking, because walking does also impact us sharing the road, because we're on that One Road campaign. So thank you again so much to all of the safety partners that came out. Thank you again to Angela and Daphne for championing this campaign, because without all of you guys, without everyone, we would not be here. We would be able to give this message out. So don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you share the message with your friends, family, even a stranger, which would definitely become a family member. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanita. If you're out walking in this heat, you're gonna have another problem. Okay, it's gonna be something else. Daphne, come on up here and join me as we close out. This is my sister. She's the vice president and co-founder of the Sanctuary Book Club, and I'm gonna let her close out. But I want to say thank you to the media for coming out. I appreciate you all. Everybody came out except WDSU. They want me to service them afterwards, and I will do that. But I appreciate you all, and thank you for all our partners. We're going to take some pictures immediately following. So Daphne's going to give us our closing remarks. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Isn't she so cute? So thank you, Lisa. You're so sweet. So thank you again. Angie's already said it. We just want to thank everybody for being here, from the panel and the council to the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, to all of our law enforcement agencies, to Eugene Green's office. Thank you so much. Baku, we love you. You know that all the time. And we just want to again say thank you, thank you, thank you for partnering with Le Sanctuary. Whether our message is click it or ticket, drive sober or get pulled over, buzz driving is drunk driving, or designate before you celebrate. We are here for you. We are here promoting this, and we will forever make sure that everyone gets home safely during this Essence Fest weekend. Thank you, and we'll see you at Bayou Classic. Thank you.